Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today's topic on what do your guides have to say about your journey? This was a channeled message that I got during meditation today, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I do have a couple of channeled messages, channeled readings that are going to be coming up soon, so I'm trying to get through my list. Just sometimes get a whole bunch of ideas all at once. And so, yeah, we're working through that. But today I was asked to put those on hold and to focus on this one. So welcome one and all. If you're coming back, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me and allowing me this opportunity to connect with you in such a beautiful way. I'm truly honored to be here with you. I thank you so much for the support that you've offered my channel already. For those of you that are new, this is a reminder that we're all human and that this is a safe space for you to come as you are in this here, now, here moment as your most authentic self. And also keeping in mind that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it always allows me an opportunity to connect with your energy to get you out more resonant readings. Or if you'd like to support the channel further, check out the description box below where you will find all the links necessary to email me for a private reading, where I'll get you out further information as well as scheduling options. Or you can follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a cool, fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I hope to see you there. So with that being said, today's affirmation is, I am a magnet for success and good fortune. I thought this was perfect. I got this before the video and scratched it off for you. So that's our affirmation for today. Write that down, put it somewhere where you can say it to yourself regularly, remember, and all that good stuff. So with that, let us go ahead and get into our prayer and get your reading underway. All right. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video. May they find the truth of who they are. We're always asking for the truth of who we are, but I ask today for truth in success and fortune and what that means to self. Because it's going to be different for each individual person. You know, we're asking about our journey, wanting to know where our journey is leading us. Are we doing the right thing? Are we on the right path? Are we detouring? Are we sidestepping? Are we going backwards? You know, we're very curious creatures by nature, and we always need to have that additional reassurance that we are on the right journey. So I ask that you provide that for us today in helping open ourselves to our own inner light. Because we know better than anyone else what our journey is meant for and what it means to us as well. But sometimes with the haze and the cloud of the heaviness of the world around us and the why fors and the there tos and what everybody's opinions are, we have a difficult time understanding ourselves and hearing your voice and your words and your guidance. So I ask that you help bring us to a place of stillness, a place of silence, so that we may hear that reassurance that you're always giving us. As these words are spoken unto this reading and into this space, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me get that set up over here. Okay, today we're going to choose from the Intuition Oracle. All right, so source, what oracle cards are going to help us understand what our guides have to say about our journey? What oracle cards are going to help us understand what our guides have to say about our journey? For pile number 1, source, what oracle card will help us understand better what their guides have to say about their journey? Okay, thank you. All right, for pile number 2, source, what oracle card will help them understand better what their guides have to say about their journey? Okay, thank you. For pile number 3, Source, what oracle card will help them understand what their guides have to say about their journey? Okay, thank you. So we have the leaders on the bottom, and I just heard the leaders of the pack. I could just heard that song coming in. It says, I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Again, that energy of coming back to, we have the answer within ourselves, right? Which is wonderful, right? It's a good thing that we're able to find that answer within ourselves. Difficult, but good. And if you check out my podcast, once this is uploaded, so let's see, Friday the 22nd of September, I uploaded a podcast that talks about that, trusting our guidance, our own internal system. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful lapis lazuli for you to choose from. For pile number 2, we have this piece of raw aquamarine. And for pile number 3, we have this piece of garnet. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you are guided to, that should be the one for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of lapis lazuli, or if you were drawn to this image, then this is going to be your reading on what do your guides have to say about your journey. So we will check that out at the end. We'll put that out of the way over here. And let's get some dice out. First and foremost, these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, make sure that you do check out the links in the description box down below where you can email me for a personal reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. Or you can also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I honestly hope to see you there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out, what do your spirit guides have to say about your journey, pile number 1? So Source, what can you tell us about what pile number 1 spirit guides have to say about their journey? What do pile number 1 spirit guides have to say about their journey? What do their guides want to say about their journey, Source? Okay, so we've got the 5th house, we've got the North Node, and we've got Pisces energy. So a strong pile already coming in. Alright, let me get this set up. They do, first and foremost, in getting an energy, they want you to have a little bit more fun. It seems like you're very serious about a lot of things. Like, you know, you get so focused on how things need to be or the outcome of what needs to happen. And in that, you tend to lose sight of the lighthearted things, right? Like being able to enjoy the journey and not being so honestly, I heard disgusted by or overwhelmed by the journey, right? Like, but being able to absorb what's coming through for you and realizing that even in the hard times, there's still beauty there. There's still something to be able to enjoy there. There's still something to be able to have fun with there, even if it might not seem like it. But being able to open yourself up to that, and also just being able to get out there and experience that more with others, you know, like having unplanned connections and, you know, So I'm hearing play dates. I know that sounds so weird, but you'll understand what I mean when it's coming to being able to set up time to maybe go out to dinner with somebody, go out to lunch, meet up for coffee, go to a movie. You know, just having a little bit more fun in your life is the focus here. And they want to say that about your journey. You're doing an amazing job. You are very connected to them. They're like, you're listening to the guidance that we're giving you, especially with this Pisces energy next to the North Node. You have followed their every request. But for some reason, when it comes to letting loose, when it's your journey, it's like you're so dead set on being to the finish line and getting to where you're going that you forget that there's so many other aspects of life, right? Outlets and experiences and having a good time. There's all these things that you can do and have and be in your life, but you have to open up to that. Right? They want you to maybe start dating. It's not about giving yourself away right now. I do feel like there is an energy of celibacy or just holding off from giving your body to people right now. And they don't want you to give that up. What they want you to do is just to experience the fun of dating. And if it's been stressful in dating, how can you make it more fun? Like, how can you take away the seriousness that's coming from that? Okay? Because you're someone who's very, very attractive, and you're someone who is very creative, but sometimes your creativity is only honed in on the journey itself, right? So whether that's your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your creativity journey, like all your creativity is only going towards the journey itself and not towards other facets of your life. And they want you to open up to that. They want you to be able to reach out and touch everything with a creative finger, a creative hand, a creative mind, a creative inspiration, because right now you are truly following your footsteps and the path that's been meant for you. You're doing an incredible job, and I feel like you need to hear that. I feel like sometimes it's like you don't get enough recognition for the work that you've done, because the recognition is it's just really personal. The work that you've done, it's really personal, it's internal. It's not, even if people notice that you've changed, like they're not really gonna say, oh my gosh, pile one, you've really changed, because that's not what people do in these situations. They oftentimes will be like, wait until it really affects them personally, and they're like, oh, I can't believe you changed so much, you know, or they just rather not say anything at all. And so your spirit guides and your guides want to tell you you're doing an incredible job. Just to loosen up a little bit, allow yourself to have a good time. You deserve it, right? It's not, what is it? They don't want you to give up on your journey. That's not what they're asking you. It's just, there's always a balance. Too much of anything is a bad thing, good or bad. Too much of anything is a bad thing. And so they want you to just let go a little bit here. And I feel like they just really want to focus on telling you that whatever it is that you're pursuing is the right thing. Maybe you've been questioning that lately. Maybe you've been wondering, am I doing what's right for me? Like, I like doing this. I could keep showing up for this for the rest of my life. It's something that I find is invigorating. It's fun. It's challenging. It's amazing. And there's this energy of like, but am I doing the right thing? And they're saying you absolutely are. You're following your destined path. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, whatever it is that you've chosen to experience, whatever it is you've chosen to learn more about, to pursue, you are on your destined path. So, Source, what does Pile One's guides want to say about their journey? What do Pile One's guides want to say about their journey? Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords reversed. What do Pile One's guides want to say about their journey? Oh, they want it the other way. My bad. Yeah, a lot of mental anguish here, okay? And overcoming that. What do Pile One's guides want to say about their journey? Yeah, it has to do with your work. Like, again, whatever it is that you're working on, right? You're building something. You're in the process of making it manifest into this world. They want one more. So whatever it is that you're working on, yeah, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords on the bottom. Look at how many swords swords cards you have in this spread, right? Like let's think about this for a second. When we talk about swords cards have to do with how we see ourselves, how we get stuck in our thoughts, and the negative rabbit hole, and trying to pull ourselves out. But you have the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords both in the upright, which is good. Seven of Swords is talking about no matter what comes your way, you're going to overcome it. You're going to get through it. You're going to get through the storm. Everything's going to even out. The Five of Swords is talking about overcoming that negative energy within you. But let's talk about the ends here, right? We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse, which is talking about some kind of emotional anguish, emotional fear, emotional distress. And you have the Strength card in the reverse, which is talking about repression. Not being able to tame the demons within. Okay, and so there's something here that you're having a hard time with because there's an old memory that's repressed. Okay, it's something that you have chosen from a long time ago. You said, I don't want to deal with this ever again, and therefore I'm going to push it away so that I don't have to face it. And it's trying to come out in regards to your work. It's coming to a head here. And it's saying, hey, we need you to focus on us. And they're not saying to take this part of your journey so seriously and trying to dig too deep. Because I feel like in the light-hearted energy that you're in, I feel like this will be free to surface. And so you might be out, and that's scary, right? If I let myself loose and this surfaces while I'm out with people, what am I going to do? It's okay, because you're at a stable point on your journey where you'll be able to let this surface to come into your consciousness, to put it there, hold it there, still continue to have a good time. And then when you're in a space where you feel safe, you're going to be able to face it. Okay. This is not compartmentalization. This is like the opposite of compartmentalization. It's like brewing in your mind, in the conscious mind. Okay, no longer is it in the subconscious mind. And we do talk about subconscious with Pisces energy here. The unknown, the unseen, the depths, the darkness, right? The mystery in life. And it's interesting because I was actually earlier today watching a video about a sea dragon, okay? And the sea dragons are cute. They're like about as long as your hand. They have these massive mouths that they can't close because they have teeth that are too long to let them to close, like to allow them to close their mouths. But they reside in some of the deepest parts of the ocean, okay? And the cool thing about them is that when they're hunting for prey, they're completely dark. They absorb all light, so they're almost invisible, right? Again, this is a repressed memory. This is something that's nearly invisible. But when they're hunting prey, they have this unique way of letting themselves become bioluminescent. And that attracts their prey to them, where they then attack. And so that's what it's almost like. And that always bioluminescence always makes me think of like what are those sticks that you used to get at the glow sticks? Yeah, that's what they were. The ones you used to crack and you used to shake. And that's what bioluminescence thinks to me. You used to have them at parties or dances and things. And so it's like, that's what they're saying here. It's like when you let yourself glow, it will come to light. Okay? That's why they're saying to have fun, because that's when you're glowing your brightest, is when your vibration is higher. But it's like, because your vibration is higher, it's like this can no longer be repressed. Okay? Because you're no longer consciously trying to repress it. Even if you're not aware of it. This could have been turned into a subconscious repression. Okay? Like you're not physically trying to do it anymore. So when your vibration goes higher, it comes out and you actually get to see what it is. But it has to do with your coins. It has to do with your money. And they're saying that you're doing an amazing job, but when you have a good time, okay, maybe you are someone who's afraid to commit to someone because you've always had to support people in the past, which has caused you a lot of emotional anxiety. You've never had a 50-50 relationship. Or maybe when you were a child, your parents never committed to taking care of you emotionally. And so physically you had to find other ways to cope. Okay, you see how this could go any way, But it's like looking at your past, looking at where you are now, and letting that energy arise so that you can overcome it and have a new beginning and start fresh. This is like starting fresh with a clean slate. Okay? That's what they want to say. They want to say that about your journey. This is something that I feel like you've been trying to dig deep into your spiritual journey, your mental journey, your emotional journey, and they're very proud of you because you're doing everything right. That is very true here. And this is something they just want you to be aware of, that when you allow yourself to have a lot more fun, you may have emotions that bubble up, but let them come out, okay? Even if you have to go and find somewhere safe, let yourself experience those so that you can let this go and overcome. Yeah, the healing is coming. This is healing. They're trying to tell you. They've been trying to tell you about this for a while, but because the emotional ego is in charge of this repression, they're not getting through. This is your spirit saying when you become higher vibrational right now on your journey, there's no stopping it. The emotional ego is not going to have an opportunity to say, no, we're not going to deal with that. But right now they're proud of you because you're stepping proud. You're doing amazing on your journey. You've overcome, your obstinance. You've overcome not wanting to change. You've overcome being, stuck in the past. You've done so much. And they're saying not to worry because you will have moments like this again on the journey. But the higher you keep your vibration, the easier that these will be to deal with, because you're going to see the truth and the depth of those energies coming in. Okay? So it's like saying, okay, if my parents weren't taking care of me the way that I needed to be taken care of back then, how do I take care of myself? Right? That's what you're going to find. You're going to find very creative ways to take care of yourself. Very loving ways to take care of yourself. Okay? If it has to do with the past... Yes, I love that came out. If it has to do with the past relationship, you're going to realize, okay, like this taught me what I didn't want. We had Rhino Spirit flip over. It says overcoming any obstacle. That's exactly what's going on here. Your third eye is activated, okay? This is another spiritual journey for you. This is something that is going to help you see the truth of where you're going. So there's something about this memory that is going to help you see something about your journey even more clearly. And it's also going to bring in a sense of abundance here. And strength. This is a deep sense of strength that's coming through. Okay, but we do have 5 here with 50, right? And if you've been here any amount of time, I'm never going to not say it because it's true. 5 is a very uncomfortable place to be in. Because it's uncomfortable change. It's really letting go of what we have been so used to holding on to. Okay, and you have the 5 of Swords here. Overcoming any negativity. Overcoming any obstacle. Okay, these are very similar energies here. You're letting it go. You're not letting that control a portion of your life anymore. Like where there was once anger, there's going to be compassion and kindness. Where there was once fear, there's going to be acceptance and understanding. Right? Where there was once negativity, you're going to open your arms with unconditional love. We have Giraffe Spirit on the bottom with see the bigger picture, and it's number 11. So again, this is a very spiritual part for your journey. And they don't want you to be afraid of this. That's not why they're talking about it. They just want you to be aware that this is something that's been maybe blocking you from your money. It's been blocking you from manifesting what you wanted. Even though you're on the right path, you're on the journey, right? We still have to overcome our internal fears and negative beliefs and toxic patterns. And when we do that, then we open up and we are ready to receive what it is that we're manifesting. We have Owl on the bottom here with wisdom and number 4, right? Strength, structure, and stability in your internal wisdom. You're being purified and brought into the golden light of source energy, which is purifying your aura, your chakras, your person, your everything, your mind, right? When we think about birds fly in the air, and air has to do with our thoughts, right? And our feelings too, the heart chakra, but also our thoughts. Finding a clarity within our thoughts will help us fly easier in this physical realm. What else? What else does Pile One's guides have to say about their journey? See, you're unfolding. You're becoming. You're finding out your deepest truth. The light is coming up over these clouds, right? You're no longer going to be shielded from this by your emotional ego, because your spirit says it's time for us to face this so that we can become who we've meant to become, right? And lotus flowers are such a beautiful symbol of our journey because they grow through the mud and the muck, and they're this absolutely gorgeous flower that blossoms after having gone through so much murky water on the surface for all to see. So you're about to blossom on the surface for all to see. It has to do with your glow up. Okay, we'll get that. Let's get 2 of these real quick. What else would Pile One's guides like to say about their journey? I guess they just want 1 of these. Okay. The moon. Satisfy emotional needs, nurturing self and others. Exactly. We've been talking about the emotional body this whole time. And that was why I brought up the sea dragon. I totally just got off track and they're bringing me back to it. But when we think about the depths of the ocean, we don't really know what's down there, right? It's like such a mystery. And that's exactly how our emotions are. The ocean represents our emotions, right? But that's how it is. It's like that's something that's very near and dear to each and every one of us. And so understanding ourselves helps us understand the mystery of who we are. So we have Celeste. It says a happy move to a new home or a place of employment is in the works. This move will usher in positive new energy. So whatever it is that you're doing is bringing you to a point in your life where you're going to be very happy. In order to receive this, it's not that you're not doing enough. Look, and patience is underneath that. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Okay? They're saying here, like, don't rush to heal this. Don't rush to find the answer. Just let it go. Right? Let it go and watch what happens. Let it go and flow. That's what's coming through. And through that, you will find peace with whatever comes. Look, we have number 10. Look, isn't it funny? We had 10 and 5 come together, and we have 5 and 10 come together. So we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Okay? They're telling you that your abundance, your success, your monetary gain, it's on its way. It's coming. Something about horns too, because we got the buffalo here with the horns and the rhino with its horn. There's something about horns here, like taking life by the horns, right? And then the feathers over here. This is like owl feathers here. So again, that wisdom. You did what was necessary. Now let them help you heal on the journey. Be receptive to what they're bringing to you. Look. Whoa! Oh, that's so incredible. I cannot. We got the bull with sacrifice in number 40. Look, and all of these are 10s, right? We have 10, 40, and 50. That is so incredible. Sacrifice. You've done a lot of sacrifice, but the horns, like there's something about horns here. They're calling to you, and look, isn't that interesting? Where was it? Right here, look, they're calling on the horn. On the horn, they're calling you. So that's what's calling. It's like they're calling this out to you. This is something that's been really difficult for you to overcome. This is something that you're sacrificing for. This is something that you've put so much stuff aside that other people aren't willing to put aside so that you could have that success. But when I said horn, I had no idea what this card was. And we had the rhino and the buffalo and the bull. So all these incredible, strong animals. right? And very peaceful animals too. I mean, they can be very aggressive if they need to be, and they're scary when they're aggressive, but ultimately these are incredibly peaceful animals when nothing or no one is bothering them, right? So there's that need to find some sense of silence and stillness in order to get your answers, but also having fun. Like when you're in your state of higher vibration, which is a state of peace and harmony, you'll get the answers that you need. Look, ancestral, generational curses. And wasn't I saying that this could be your parents? This could be something from your parents coming in. And here we have this confirmation so strong coming in. This is something that you're healing from your ancestral line, right? They're helping you take this. It's something that's been very sneaky. It's a belief that's been passed on through the generations, and they're helping you heal that, right? And I love that we're talking about guides, and your ancestors are a part of your guides, right? They're helping guide you along this path, this journey. Look. House 10, structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishment, career. North Node, you're on your destined path. So this has to do with, and I said that even before we got into this, has to do with whatever you're doing for work, right? Whatever you're working on. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a career, but it's whatever you're putting effort, time, and space towards, something you are working really hard on, okay? So this is saying that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And house 10 is connected with Capricorn energy, which is also connected to Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of sacrifice as well as the planet of tough love. So you've been through it. And they want to applaud you for you still showing up. No matter how hard things got, you still continued to show up for what was good for you. Okay? So they do want to put you back on that, and they say that you are on your path of purpose here. You're on your life mission. You're doing exactly what you're meant to, but this is something that's been kind of sneaking in the background, and just to be aware of it, not to be scared of it, not to fear it, but to be aware of it. And then we have Carissa. And she says, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you. And didn't I just say that? You are about to close this out so that you can receive the blessings that Source has waiting for you. Like, we're on our path and we have to clear out all those toxic patterns, those old belief systems, those generational curses, the things that have been weighing on us for so long. And when you close that out, when you let those go, you end that. It's like you end that for your ancestral line, you end that for you, and your life begins to transform exponentially at that point. So you've definitely changed a lot here, and they're saying that they want to applaud you, but to have patience and to let this final bit, just let yourself heal it. Happiness is something that feels like part of your success, okay? Happiness awaits you, okay? It says a happy move to a new home or place, okay? Positive new energy. So there's something about happiness coming through here that feels like that's tied to your success. That's tied to you getting what you want in life. That may be the success that you've been waiting on, is just to have peace, right? With these three animals here, to have peace on your journey and to just be in a place of happiness. And your guides are saying they're completely aware of this. You're doing such an incredible job. There is something that's about to come up in regards to your work, but to continue to have fun in life, because that will help you heal this. So let's see what your card is here. Look, and isn't this interesting? Let's look at this, the Fool card. Let's look at the Fool card. With this, look, the cat is like pushing him. Like, it's interesting because to me, it's like the cat's kind of like pulling and pushing because his ripped pants and everything like that. But look, you have this angel or this little cherub that's like pulling her. So this feels like a brand new beginning for you. Right? They're whispering to you. What was I saying? There's something about words. And isn't that interesting? I just realized that we got the owl. We got the owl. Two different decks. The owl and the owl. And then I even said that on here. These are owl feathers. So maybe the owl is something important to you. Or maybe horns are something important to you. But again, the owl helps us connect with the other world. Right? So that's definitely a confirmation of your ancestors coming through here. But I did say that birds, let's leave this out. Birds mean something here, right? And it's interesting because this little angel or child has little wings, and so it's like it's trying to communicate with you, but you're listening, and yet there's like something else going on. But she looks very peaceful, or this person looks very peaceful, right? Even the Fool looks very peaceful, but they're both carrying something. We don't know what's in the sack, but we see her having flowers, right? The journey is a part of learning what it is that you have within, what's hidden within. Who are you? And so I feel like that's what this card is pointing towards. It's like your angels and your guides are trying to show you who you are, what it is that you hold in your hand, right? Helping you to open your third eye, which we talked about your third eye being activated. Healing childhood wounds here. Seeing your ancestors. This card really points at all of that. It's so profound. Let's see what it says. The Confident with number 25, which is 7. And 7 is all about luck. If you change what it is that you're doing, and you've already changed what you're doing. So they're saying luck is coming. Look, and it says, I honor all that I have done to make me who I am today. Isn't that interesting? I just said that. They're trying to help you find out who you are, right? To learn more about what you hold in your hand. That's what they're doing here. So they're really helping you find that internal light. This is so powerful. This is a really powerful reading. So this is what your guides have to say. If you feel like this is your reading, leave an owl down below in the comment section and say, I claim my wisdom and my life purpose. And leave me a thumbs up. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredible message, Pile 1. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this piece of raw aquamarine, or if you were drawn to this image, then this is going to be your reading on what would your guides like to say about what your journey is. I can talk, I promise. I feel like sometimes you may be discombobulated on your journey, wondering if not if you're getting the right information, but if you're actually taking the right action, right? Like you're getting the information, you're like, okay, this is what I need to do, but getting the right action. Weird channeled message that came off right in the bat. So it's what do your guides have to say about your journey is the reading today. Let me turn off my AC. Don't need it on. It's not really that cold, that hot. First and foremost, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below. You will find all the links necessary to reach out to me for a private reading, or I'll get you further information as well as scheduling options. And you can connect with me on my podcast at Scatterlove Radio, which is a fun, cool, chill hangout session with yours truly. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. And I honestly hope to see you there. So let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out more about what does Pile 2's guides have to say about their journey, source. What does Pile 2's guides have to say about their journey? What does Pile 2's guides have to say about their journey? So we have Aquarius, the Sun, and the 12th house. A lot of interesting energy here. Okay. So let's get this set up here. Aquarius and the Sun. Very spiritual. That's what I was saying. Like you are able to connect with them. But there's like this, like being discombobulated, like, am I doing the right thing? Did I say the right thing? Did I do this? Almost, it's not like getting caught in your mind, but in a way that it is. But it's like when you take an action, you may mull over it for a minute, like, did I do the right thing? And then you're like, well, I can't change it. And you're okay with it and you move on. But it's almost like being not wishy-washy, but this back and forth. Not being able to be clear about what you want. There we go. Yeah, not being able to be clear about what you want, right? So here it's like this is almost like an imprisoning cycle for you. This is something that they would like you to know. This is something that, like, it's keeping you limited because you're always wondering if you should have changed something, when you just need to be in a present moment, just knowing that what's coming through you is either being channeled, or it's your soul taking over, or just knowing that you're doing the right thing. And even if you say the wrong thing, knowing that it's the right thing. Okay? Like, it's because you're going to learn something from it. And that's what's right about it, right? There's no need to, like, panic or get stuck in your head about it. Like, getting stuck, it's almost like a cycle of fear, but it doesn't feel like this is something that you deeply fear. It's just, it's almost like it's a habit. It's like something that you've been working on for a long time, and they're pointing it out, and it feels like it's a habit more than anything else. And so they're really pointing that out here because you've come so far, right? You've definitely moved away from the way that you used to be, and now you just need to accept your actions as they come, like just knowing that that's what you chose to do and loving that choice, right? But they're saying here that you're very spiritual, you are very healing, you're healing yourself, you're listening to your dreams, you're listening to your intuition here. Your thoughts sometimes, though, can be a place of addiction for you. You getting stuck in them. Or it's like that roundabout. It's like worrying about, did I do the right thing? Did I say the right thing? It's not even like being negative. It's just, did I? Did I? Right? And that's what it feels like here. But they want to show you how progressive you've been. You've been super innovative, very creative when it comes to your journey. And especially when it comes to the way that you see yourself, the way that you're showing up for yourself here. Okay? You've definitely moved away from old energy. You're very much building a new future. You're extremely friendly and kind, and they want you to know that scattered, that's what it was, that scattered energy. That's a scattered energy that sometimes come on. It's almost like, okay, so they're showing me, you know, when you play marbles and you send the marble and then it scatters all the marbles, that's what it feels like. So when you get into that energy of did I, it's like you're scattering marbles all over your thoughts. And then it's all of a sudden you might get stuck in a ring where you're like, okay, did I say that right? And then that'll send you over to last week where you're like, did I do that right? Then that'll send you over to maybe yesterday where you're like, oh wait, did I do that right? And it's kind of like this ring that you go around. And it's interesting. And they're just saying that's something that you're still healing, and to not beat yourself up about, but it's like focusing on the fact that that's truly just a habit that you formed, and you can break that habit. You have control over that. They're very proud of you and how far you've come. You may have a social media presence, or you may be becoming an influencer, or you may be connecting with people through internet business, something online. And they're saying that you've been extremely ambitious. You're becoming a leader very quickly. Okay, people are they're observing you, and they're realizing that you have something amazing to offer, and they really like that. You are very, again, that creative energy is coming through here, very confident in what it is that you're offering. You're very conscious of yourself, and I feel like you're very consciously aware of those did I's. And you're like, again, and you might spend some time beating yourself up. And that's what they're saying. Just be aware of it. Don't beat yourself up. Just be aware of it, okay? But you're coming very, very far, very fast, okay? You have changed your identity to who you're meant to be, right? And they're very proud of you, and you have gone the distance, right? You have overcome so much. You really have. Like, there's no need to be upset with yourself, especially when you have a moment of relapse. You know, it's going to happen. We can't be perfect all the time. We're human. You're going to have moments where you get overwhelmed by things, and you might go back into an old energy, and that's okay. It's just being aware of that so that you can heal from it. That's what's important about that, right? So let's get some tarot on it and see what comes through. What would pile 2's guides like to tell them about their journey? What would they like to say about their journey for pile 2? What would their guides for pile 2 like to say about their journey? What their guides pile 2 like to say about their journey? What the guides for pile 2 like to say about their journey? Thank you. What would the guides for pile 2 like to say about their journey? Yeah, you're definitely a confident individual. Like, you've come a long way. I feel like there was a point in time where maybe you weren't very confident in who you were, or where you were going. And they're very proud of you for being able to see yourself as the amazing individual that you are now. Even if you sometimes struggle with that. Okay, what would pile 2's guides like to tell them about their journey? Thank you. These cards are like flying out. What the guides of pile 2 like to tell them about their journey? Thank you. Yeah, you've had issues with family in the past. Okay, let's find out some more. What would the guides of pile 2 like to tell them about their journey? Thank you. Yeah, something that you've cut out. You've cut out something from your journey. Could be family, friends. Yeah, self-sabotage on the bottom. So let's talk about this for just a second. This Ace of Wands is all about self-sabotage. This is about being your worst enemy, and it comes with your emotions. This is like that spiraling energy that I was feeling, like really scattered. That's what I was feeling like. It's kind of overwhelming. So I can't even imagine how it feels for you when you're in this. Like, that's all there is this energy, right? And it's like you've come so far, but then this still creeps up on you. And they're saying that you're healing it. There was something that you were emotionally unstable with back when you were a child. Okay, was this connected with Cancerian energy? So this could have come from not being loved as you needed to from your mother, or not being, what is it, like not being able to express your emotions the way that you needed to, like being basically told to stop, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, or something like that. When it came to your mom, like she just wasn't there to nurture you in the way that you needed. And with the family card coming out, that's what it feels like here. It feels like you're still reeling from that and still learning how to be that to yourself, to be the supportive energy to yourself. Right, this is support emotionally when it's in the upright. You have your emotions. This is a very stable card. This is a very stable energy. But when we're in the reverse, it's not. It's very unstable. But we built stability based on this illusion of stability, right? And when we have the Ace of Wands, we're talking about being our own worst enemies. Not being able to inspire ourselves to overcome something that has haunted us for some amount of time. And this is telling me that you have been in this energy for so long that when it comes up, it's almost like while you're consciously aware of it, it's almost like you have to, right now you're in a place where you're exerting yourself to overcome that. And that's what they want to make known to you. Let's see what your spread is saying. So we have the Ace of Coins reversed. Okay. And we have the Page of Coins reversed. Yeah, again, self-sabotage. So it could have been for money, it could have been for material things, right? You could have been your own worst enemy because you were trying to get money, right? Your eye on the ball here, trying to get money to get away from family. Like, look at how you're turned away from your family in this situation, right? This is a family card. You're turned this way here and you're turned that way here. And so they're pointing out that this is something that has held you back, and this is something that is tied to your emotions. This is something that keeps you in that. It's almost like if you, so say you're doing something online. Say you're a public speaker, okay? This is the energy they're giving me. Say you're a public speaker, and you go and you give your speech. And you know it was good. Everybody reacted well. They received the message. They were like, oh, this is amazing. But then you go home later and you're like, oh, but I didn't get as much feedback as I did last time. Did I do that right? What if I had done it as this one? And then you start to think about the last speech that you gave, and that's the one that gets you back into this rabbit hole. And then you think about the one before that. Then you're like worried about the one in the future. And that's what they're trying to point out here. It's like you're focusing on one thing that really, and it has to do with the material side of things. And that's really keeping you from getting what you want. Okay? And you've done that for your big part of your journey. And now, okay, hold on before you get too upset about this pile too, because I feel like it's like, oh, well, so they're just picking on me. No, that's not what they're saying. Now what they're saying is that you realized that this had to do with your family, right? The reason you acted this way. So whether that was a belief that your family gave you, or whether that was because of the actions of your family and this became your fuel, right? That could have been your fuel, that you found a truth here, okay? And now you're facing the truth of what's been going on. Okay, and so that's why I'm saying why you're so consciously aware of it. You're aware of this actions. You're aware of this pattern. Okay? And now you're finding, okay, this is something I have to be honest with myself about. But it's like I was saying, you have to exert that energy. And sometimes it's almost easier to stay stuck in a pattern than to exert the energy. But you're getting there with this King of Swords. They're telling you you're getting there slowly and step by step. You are getting there, because I feel like each time you may exert a little bit more energy than you're aware of. Like you may think that you get stuck in this pattern, and it might not be the did I. It could be anything. Yeah, that's just the example they've been giving me this whole time. But it could have been any type of pattern that you get stuck in. And what they're saying is that each time, whether you're aware of it or not, you take a little bit more action. You do exert yourself. And you're like, maybe I didn't do enough. And then that sends you on another one. And then you'll stop and you'll be like, okay, I did what I could. And then you're like, okay, but maybe I could have done. And you're like, no, I did what I could. And see, when you're saying no and you're like, I did what I could and I did enough and I am enough. And when you're stopping yourself, that's you making that effort. And you do it a little bit sooner each time. Okay, and that's what they want to make you aware of. But I do feel like there is some anger tied to this. And I feel like the anger comes from why couldn't family support you the way that they needed to, or the way that that you needed them to, the way that they should have, right? And then we also have the Eight of Cups here pointing towards something that's karmically, emotionally karmic, right? Something that played out time and time again. So maybe this affected your relationships, your friendships, your partnerships, your business situationships, was this energy that left you feeling completely helpless, almost not wanting to face your emotions. And so your guides they're wanting to tell you that you've come a long way and to stop really beating yourself up. That's what they want to tell you. They notice that you do that a lot on your journey. You beat yourself up. And the question here is, if you were to look at today, where you are right now in this moment, if you were to compare today to last week, are you a different person? Okay, maybe you don't see that much of a difference. All right. So let's say if you were to compare today to a year ago, are you a different person? Okay, yeah, I am a different person. Now let's say if you were to compare today to 5 years ago, how much of a difference is there? And that's what they're saying about your journey. That's what they really want you to focus on here, is seeing that you have learned to defend yourself. You've learned to set boundaries, and you've been learning how to communicate with yourself in a very effective way and creative way that's giving you self-love. Like when I see this king here, I'm getting an image of someone who's being honest with themselves in such a way that they're able to love themselves fully. Okay, you may not be there 100% yet, but that's what they're showing me. Okay, they're showing me that you're taking the steps. Yes, you may be stuck in the past sometimes, but you're learning from that. Each time you get stuck in the past, you're learning from that. And you're no longer in this energy of trying to overwhelm yourself to gain something to really run away from this energy, whether that is actual family members or whether that's an emotional, internal energy that you're fighting. Okay, and they're really proud of you. You become a leader, and you may not realize this or recognize this just yet, but what you've healed from in this sense is actually something that you're going to be helping others heal from just because you've healed it within yourself. Okay, and that's a very powerful place to come from. A very powerful place. So let's get some oracles out for you and see what else they'd like to say. Okay, thank you. May I have one more of these, please? Okay, may I please have one more? Okay, thank you. On the bottom, yeah, we have Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. This has come out so much recently in some of my readings. Like, just kind of crazy how much this one has shown up. But yeah, they're saying here they have your back. They're helping guide you through this, and you're soaring. Like, you're flying high. You just may not know it or recognize it yet, because you may get stuck again in this ring, and you're like, okay, really? Again with this? Again? And you're not seeing that it's getting less and less each time. And so that's what they want to tell you about your journey. You're coming a long way. It's getting less and less. You're not having to face it quite as much anymore. You're overcoming it. You're letting it go. And you're finding peace. You've put down the mask. You put down the armor. You're no longer in this place of like fighting it. Look, we have 1 and 2 together. How unique. That doesn't come out very often like that. Secrets with links. You're recognizing that their secrets are theirs to keep. Right? Instead of trying to figure out the why, the how, the what, you're learning that your peace is above all. Okay? And that's what you're recognizing. Slowly but surely, this is what's happening along your journey. Okay, and they want you to know that even though that cycle that you get stuck in, it feels overwhelming. It feels absolutely, in some ways, it might feel demeaning, right? And they're saying not to look at it that way. They're saying to let yourself see that, okay, I'm not getting stuck in it like I used to. I feel like this is something that may have caused or is still causing severe bouts of depression and anxiety. You may have had to take medicine to help with anxiety in regards to this. Like, that's a very specific message coming through, but it is very strong. And they're saying that that's you healing yourself has been, the medicine helped you get to a place where you could see what it was to have a quiet mind. Okay, and that's what they're saying. They're like, yes, it was important for you to do that. And yes, it's important for you to continue finding stillness within. Okay? So however that works for you, it's going to be different for everyone. And no, I'm not here diagnosing anybody, telling you to go and get medicine. That is not what this is. But I'm saying there is somebody here that is taking high anxiety, like acute anxiety, or like onset depression from anxiety or something like that. They're taking medicine to help deal with this ring, this constant cycle where you get stuck and you and sometimes that's why you beat yourself up, because you're like, I'm taking medicine for this. Like, I shouldn't have to be dealing with this anymore. And they're saying you are, like, each time you get less and less, and it's like you're focused on the negative instead of the positive. And they understand that. They understand that they're trying to help you see the positive from this. Yeah, see your instinct. Your soul has been trying to take over here. It's like you've been giving space for your soul to grow even more. Your intuition, okay? Your higher self, however you view it. But this has been a mountain for you to climb. This has not been easy. And sometimes you couldn't even see where you were going. Sometimes things are not clear. It was cold. It was brutal. It was bitter. But you're coming out better because you decided to take this journey. You decided to choose yourself. Okay? What's best for us oftentimes is the hardest thing that we have to choose, right? And the journey is never easy. It's just not going to be easy. Scorpio energy. We have intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Exactly what I've been saying. Like, you're letting it go. It's coming out. It's no longer going to be a part of you. Like, each step you take, you're purging it. You're no longer going back into that scattered type energy, that energy of going down the rabbit hole in this one thought process, okay? Or in this one pattern that you have, this habit. You're letting it go. But it is intense, okay? We've got Scorpio energy here. This is something that it stings. Right? It hurts. It feels awful when you're doing it. But as you expose it, okay, as it comes to your conscious mind, you're able to purge and thus removing it and renewing yourself. Okay? Having patience is so important here. Patience with yourself too, like, and compassion. All right. What else? Can we get an angel card here, please? Wow, that was quick. Thank you. Okay, your angel card flipped over. It says, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. That's a unique message here. So I feel like this is a loved one coming through, even more than guides. Like this is someone who is passed on, who is helping you. This could be a mother, right? I kept getting mother energy. Maybe this is your mother. And I know it's hard, like if you had difficulties with your mother in the waking and or in life, and now she's trying to help guide you in the spiritual realm. It's like, well, I don't want their help. But you have to understand, like, they still have lessons to learn on the other side as well. And our lesson is forgiveness. That's a huge part of our journey here in this physical realm. And so remembering that, you know, don't worry about them. Don't wish them well, or don't wish them bad or anything either. Just knowing that they're here trying to help bring this to your attention, that you're healing from this. Okay, you are healing. There's an apology that's attached to that as well. But again, it could be a family member here, right? This could just, that doesn't have to be a mother. This could be any family member. But we had that very clear here, right? Look, and wow, okay. Very interesting, because we have Yvonne coming through here. It says you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by the angels. Both of these are the only two cards in this entire deck that talk about deceased animals and loved ones. On the other side, the spirit realm. Okay, yes, we're talking about angels, but literally talking about ones that you've lost, loved ones you've lost. So you could be wondering or worried about a pet that maybe you lost recently. That could have been what's making you feel even more chaotic. But they're saying they still love you. They're following you. You could have a familiar if you believe in that. You know, this is someone or something that's helping you through this hard time, and they want you to know that you're not alone. That's very strong. That is intense. So we have number 15 here with Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. There's a lot of abundance headed your way. And you're not yet seeing it. Because I feel like you think that what you haven't done is enough. And your guides are trying to tell you that you've done more than enough. It's just about time catching up to you, right? It's like you're doing all this healing, and it's like it takes the physical realm a lot of time to catch up with our internal healing. Like we have the scarab beetle spirit with 52. Like 6 with 15, and 52 is 7, so you're making progress. Magic works through you. Yes, something magical is about to happen to you, and your spirit, your guides would like to say that about your journey, is that something really unique is about to happen to you. I do feel like, though, this is important for you. Whoever, either you recently lost an animal, or you have a very special bond with an animal here on Earth. It can be a cat, a dog, it could be an iguana, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a snake, a spider. Okay, like I feel like it just has to be puppies and kittens. No, any animal. You can bond with any animal. Could be a cow, could be a beetle, who knows? Who knows what it is? But they're saying that they're helping watch over you on this journey, and then someone from heaven is coming through with this message that you're healing from this pattern. And I feel like this is also a pattern that was passed on to you from your family. Right? That cycle pattern. Yeah. Look at this. We have number 22 with learning in Sacred Ibis. Right? You're learning how to heal this. That's everything I've been saying. This is so profound, right? It's like you're learning how to let it go. But it's a process. It's not something that happens one go. You're learning how to heal from this. And we have purification. Yes, I love this. You're purifying your soul. Purging and renewing. This is very similar energy here. Very similar. Right? This is about you cleansing out the old so that you can open up to the new. Purging and renewing. I love that. And then we have Leo energy with the sun. I love that. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. You're very creative. You're very loyal to your cause, and you're building confidence. Each time you renew your soul, each time you purify your soul, you're gaining more and more clarity and confidence. And this is interesting because on the bottom underneath Scorpio, we had house 3, which is early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Childhood relations. This is all about what you've learned from your childhood, right? What I was saying, this is something you learned early on. This energy here. Okay? It's very profound. Let's check out what your card is. It's interesting because this feels like an ancestor to me. Or a guide. Someone who's helping you. But look, it's like she's like carving on this stick. She's carving, they're like little notches that she's carving on the stick. And if you can see that there, I feel like each time you get quicker at letting go of that energy, like your guides are like carving a notch, like we're almost done, right? We're almost to the end of the stick. Once we fill up the stick, it's over with. It's a cycle you've closed out because you've learned about yourself. And we have the snake up here. It's like, this is something that's very creative for you. When you heal this, you're going to bring in a lot of abundance and creativity, a lot of new energy, okay? There's a lot of transformation here, but this is an old wound. She's an old lady. This feels like an old wound, okay? Very covered up, something that's been left under the surface like for a long time and buried under the surface. But it feels like new life is coming, and it's not life that you've known before. This will be a new experience for you. Let's see what this card says. The mentor. Yeah, 48 with 12. 12 is all about our perspective, right? It says, I respect and learn from the wisdom of my elders. Yeah, so your guides, you're learning. Didn't I say that at the beginning? You're very connected, like you're learning from them, but there's that pattern that just keeps coming in, and you're worried about that pattern. And they're saying they're teaching you how to overcome it slowly but surely. Once you get to the end of this stick, and you're almost there. Almost there. Look at how far she is on that. And once that comes, then you're not going to have to deal with it anymore. It's going to be like a whole new life. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Right? A new perspective on life and on yourself. That's the thing that's coming through. It's on yourself. And you're learning. This is just a process. Trust the process. Okay? This is something that's been plaguing you or in your energy for a very long time. Alright? What an incredible message. I love you, Pile 2. This was such an intense message. If you feel like this is your message, leave a little cat emoji down below and say, I let my pets help me along my journey. And if that's not for you, then just leave the little angel emoji down below and say, listen to my guide's advice, okay? So leave me a thumbs up, but I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, Pile 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this garnet piece, or if you were drawn to this image on this card, this is going to be a reading on what do your guides have to say about your journey. Keeping in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below where you will find all the links necessary to send me an email for a personal reading, where we'll get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And you can also follow me on over to my podcast, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I hope to see you there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into reading and find out, what do your guides, pile number 3, have to say about your journey? What do your guides have to say about your journey, pile 3? What do your guides have to say about your journey for pile number 3? So we have Mars, Aries in the 7th house. A lot of interesting energy already. So we've got 7th house connected to Libra energy, which is the direct opposite on the zodiac wheel from Aries energy. Mars energy is connected to Arian energy. So having to do with your relationships first and foremost, right? 7th house is all our interpersonal relationships, connections, or marriages if you've been through divorce, or if you have experienced anything like that, if you have a partnership, a business connect, or if you have friendships or family situationships, this is all included into this energy, okay? With Aries, we have you becoming the leader of the pack. I think I had that channeled in another one too. That's so weird. It just came out though, so okay. Anyways, whatever, we're going there with it. Right? There's a lot of things that are coming through here. You're changing who you are. You're no longer resonating with the old you. Like you maybe dressed or perceived your way or appeared a certain way to appease the connections that you had in your life. And you don't even recognize that you anymore. You're like, who was that? Who was this person trying to be? Who are they trying to impress? Like, I have no one to impress. I have nowhere to go. I just have to show up for myself. And that's what your guides would like to say. There's a lot of justice that is about to come into your life because you face the shadow. You face the shadow, right? You've been very direct, brave. You're appearing fearless right now on your journey. You're very much this independent person who is taking control of what you're passionate about and fighting for what you want in your life. And you're starting up what matters to you. You're no longer letting these ideas of what others are saying hold you back. You're just not. Like, it's happened too much along the journey. You gifted yourself to others when it was unnecessary. You are no longer in that energy, and your guides are saying you've come a long way. So I'm excited to see what the cards are going to say. But here we have this action. You may be in something that's very competitive and you're being seen, right? You are actually standing out right now and people want to come towards you with the 7th house here. They want to be there with you, okay? You are no longer being... It's like the direction of your life has changed drastically. You've entered into a new timeline or into a new vibrational zone. Is what it feels like. It's almost like it happened overnight, but it didn't. It was just that you've been vibing up your energy for a while, and through that, you finally changed your timeline. It was meant to happen like this all along, and your guides are saying now you're going to see everything outside begin to change drastically because of you being the leader in your life. Right? Okay, let's get some tarot on it and see what the tarot say for you, pile 3. So, what do your guides have to say about your journey, pile number 3? I do feel like for some, you are calling in love because of this change. And for others, if you don't want love, that's fine. What they're saying is you're going to find contentment with where you are in your life for being with yourself, if that's single, or having maybe just a partner or a friend along the way, whatever that is. Okay, what do your guides have to say about your journey, pile number 3? What do your guides have to say about your journey? What do your guides have to say about your journey for pile 3? Okay. No. Oh my gosh. What did I say? Love. And look at what came out. This is my soulmate card. The 6 of Cups. What a trip. I love when that happens. Thank you so much, Source. This is such an energy. That's what I was saying. Like, it feels like you've done so much work. You've taken charge of your life. And because of that, you're being rewarded with a lifetime partner. Right? That could be marriage, friendship, whatever it is, soul tribe, soul family, whatever it is, it's like you're being rewarded with someone who's going to be there through thick and thin. But if we really broke down the Six of Cups here, it's talking about deep, interconnected love. Like this is something that's on a deep soul level type of love, okay? Like you're both calling out for each other here. But it had to be you taking that action towards yourself in order for you to get into a vibration to invite this in. Okay? Yep. Let's get what else. What else for pile number 3? What do your guides have to say about your journey for pile number 3? I feel like there's been, look. And they're all coming out in the upright, which is unique. Let's get one more. I'm just interested to see how this is going to play out. I'm like, okay. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is something you've had to start time and time again. Okay, before we even see what's on the bottom of the deck, this is something that you've had to start time and time again. And it's been frustrating. Like you keep looking at that, like you have healed yourself, right? You've come into this place of being the King of Cups. I mean, you don't get more emotionally stable than the King of Cups. You're a wise person. You see things and you're able to help guide others through difficult situations, difficult emotional situations. You're someone that people rely on. You're someone that people lean on. Which is a very powerful place to be in. And because of that, you've been offered love before. It's not that it hasn't been sincere, but it's not at the same vibration. I mean, you have a knight and a king here. Like there's no vibrational comparison here. The king is always going to be looking for his queen, right? Like that, regardless if you're a man, a woman, if you're straight, if you're, gay, whatever you identify with, whatever your preferences, it doesn't matter. None of that matters here, but you always have the king will always look for the queen energy. The masculine always will look for the feminine energy. Not gender, the energy. Okay? And it's like, see, if you look at it, the knight here is giving the love towards the cups, not towards the king. And so you've turned your back on that. Like, I don't want something that is just okay. Like, I want something that is deeply rooted. And with the Six of Cups starting the reading and that confirmation that I kept feeling, Source is saying you're going to have a deep-rooted soul love in your life. And it's going to come through a surprise offer here. And so your guides are trying to tell you about your journey, that don't worry about starting over. Don't worry about having to do it all again, because what's coming is not anything like what you've experienced before. Yeah. So they're pointing out here with the Two of Coins on the bottom here, they're pointing out that you've been through a lot. Look at the Ace of Coins. In the upright. You've built up a solid foundation for yourself. So not only have you been through so much, you've worked on yourself in the material world. Right? What was I saying? Like the physical world is trying to catch up to your emotional well-being, where you're at. And that's what's going on here. And so you've focused on gaining, your coins. You focused on gaining material abundance, whatever that is for you. And it's, excuse me. You're starting to see that. You're starting to see the material abundance come through. And from that, you're like, what? Yeah, look at that. There's an alliance coming. Boom, look at this. There's an alliance coming here with the Six of Wands, and then with the World card, it's like this is a completion of a cycle. You're going to get somebody, this is like, okay, if you've been watching my readings, pile 3, and you've chosen the ones, you know what I'm talking about. If not, that's okay. This is just a very similar message to quite a few pick-a piles that I've done. One energy out of one pile has been talking about someone coming in that is going to change your life. And whether that's in your business or whether that's them offering you a promotion or something like that. But this feels like the culmination of your journey. It's like you've done so much work, and now it's like you've climbed the hill. You've done the extracurriculars. You've done it all, right? You've done what was necessary, and now you're about to crest the hill, and everything's going to start coming in very smoothly, very easily, and you're going to be surprised. It's just going to be a really big surprise for you. right? But look, you're moving away from this fiery energy and coming into this place of really embodying this fluidity, right? This emotional energy, but in a very strong path, in a very strong way. Okay? And you're learning that your past is what has created this for you, because you learned what you didn't want. You learned, oh, that's not what I want. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want people to act like this. I don't want to act like this because of people showing up like this. Like, I'm going to heal myself. And when I heal myself, then, you know, I have faith that source is going to bring me something or someone who's going to help me get where I'm going. And like I said, this could be a friendship, a love situationship, something romantic, something physical. This could just be a business partnership. But from the cards that we saw, there's a business partnership that's coming in to help you gain some physical, material abundance. Interesting. Okay, we have 9 and the 2 here together, which is 11. This is something that was spiritually ordained. But it had to be, you had to balance out yourself first. There was a need to balance out your emotions here in order for you to receive that. Yeah, there was a toxic energy. There was a toxic energy that was following you around. And when we talk about energies, that could be a pattern, a thought habit, you know, a habit. I promise you I can talk. I don't know what is happening right now. Let me get a drink of water. Okay. There we go. This could have been a thought pattern or a habit that you had, or that you had to face, that you maybe were inviting in toxic energies, and that you were like, that again, that I know what I don't want, but it was like, that's what you faced. There was some sort of obsession here, though. It's almost like you're ready to jump into a situation out of obsession, which can be brought on by this Mars energy as well. Some sort of obsession, right? But what ended up happening, it was like, it happened enough times and it went awry enough times that you were like, whoa, hold on. What? There's one common denominator in all of these situations, and it's me. And you were willing to look at yourself and gain clarity and understanding about the situation. And through that, now you've balanced out your energies and you're bringing in a lot. This is like a gift from source, but a gift of money, a gift of love, a gift of home, a gift of work, a gift of all these things that you've been asking for, like all your prayers. And so your guides want to talk about where you are in your journey. You've healed yourself. Pile 3, you've done a lot. You've come very far. Right? And this is all cardinal energy too. Libra and Aries energy is very cardinal. And so this is the start of something new. That's exactly what the cardinal signs do. They begin the season. So this is the start of something brand new for you. Let's get some oracles out for you. Thank you. Please have some oracle messages for pile 3 source. Thank you. Yeah, look, on the bottom of the deck, we have Wombat Spirit being at home. We have number 68, which is 15, or... Oh, I'm sorry, that's 14. My bad, that's 14. We have that connected with Temperance, right? Balance. What did I just say? You had to balance things out. But being at home, you're finding home no matter where you go. You're connecting with your heart. You're connecting with who you are. Man, I got really tired all of a sudden. This has been a hard journey for you, pile 3. Yeah, they want that one. I knew it, but I didn't take it. But then I knew it, so then I took it. On the bottom, yeah. Power, will, tiger, 34, which is 7. Seven is a lucky number. It is. And it's luck if you change what you're doing. You change what it was that you were doing. You keep yawning here. Let me talk, please. You have exerted your will. Right? And her scarf that's flowing off her head here is orange. And orange is connected with the sacral chakra, which is also the cups cards connect with our sacral chakra. So that this is my right to feel. Like you learned what it was that you were feeling and you use that to take you out of a bad situation or bad habitual situation is what it feels like. Okay. I'm going to draw a card that I didn't draw for any other pile, but look at what just flipped out. Blessings. I pray that the universe gives you way more than you deserve. Who sings that song? I cannot remember, but that's what it is. It's like your guides are like, I pray that the universe gives you way more than you deserve because you deserve everything right now. That's what your guides want to say about your journey. Your blessings are coming, pile 3. They're coming right now. They're here. But there's been a lot of hostility coming through. Right? This can definitely point towards aggressive energy. It's like you feel like maybe it's not going to, or like maybe you've been watching a lot of readings and your readings have been telling you, oh, your blessings are coming, your blessings are coming, your blessings are coming. And you're like, would you please stop talking about my blessings because they're not here, so they're not coming? Like it's almost like letting that go, right? Like not being so upset about it. The reason that it's being held off is it's to help you learn patience. That's what's coming through. And it's like, you may be like, I'm already a patient person. Why do I have to be so patient when it comes to my blessings? Because through that patience, we learn to surrender. And it's in surrendering, we learn to let go of the emotional ego that's holding on to that. Look at that. This was popping out with fog veiled. Yeah. Then you get to see clearly what it was that was holding you back from getting your blessings. They are coming though. Source is telling you they are coming. Like, I already feel like you're like, I don't want to. Like, I don't even want to deal with this. Since there's love coming through it, let's get one love message for you. Thank you. Look, number 1, listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. Exactly what I was talking about with the blessings. You need to hear with a loving heart. Okay? They are coming. They're going to bless you far beyond what you could have ever imagined. But the patience is something that matters so much here. Look, Chiron, hurt and heal. What did I say? Like, you've healed so much. You've done so much. It's just like they're trying to catch up with your healing. It just takes time. Sure, Source could probably snap their fingers and say, here it is, here you go, but that's not the purpose of living in this 3D life. There's something profound to the time it takes to gain something. Because we don't take it for granted when it takes a time to get here. We realize how precious these things are. It's not to say that you wouldn't recognize that, but it's just saying that right now there's a lot of internal healing that's going on. There's a lot that you're transcending. There's a lot that you're letting go of, so that you can appreciate it. Look at this water, all this water. We have the 12th house, which is connected to Pisces energy, water, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. And then Mercury coming through here. Think, learn, network, and communicate. You're learning something. Okay, and then we want an angel's message. Can we please have an angel's message here, Source? Okay, thank you. On the bottom of the deck, we have Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. What? Exactly. See sources. See your guide's point of view with compassion. Source loves you unconditionally. No matter what you do, what you say, how you act, what's going on in your life, you could harm everybody in your wake and you're still loved unconditionally. That's not an invitation to go out and start hurting people. So if you're working to become the best version of yourself and you're so loved by Source, don't you think that Source knows what the right direction is to ensure that while you're at your best, you receive everything that you're meant to receive, that it's coming with a point and with a purpose, that why it hasn't just appeared in your life? Because you deserve the best of the best of the best. And your guides are saying to open up to seeing this with compassion, that you are doing everything that's necessary to get there. But that there's a reason there's time, right? Just like there's a reason there was time that you had to step away from a relationship or a connection so that you could see what was serving you or what wasn't serving you. If you're constantly inviting in toxic individuals, don't you think that that's what's safe to say? If they're all toxic and I step away and I recognize that, now I know I'm not going to invite toxic people in anymore. Well, it's the same thing with every aspect of our life and the blessings coming in. If we've never been able to invite these blessings in before, we're learning a very valuable lesson on what it is that we want and how to become the vibrational energy of that item. If it's money, if it's health, if it's happiness, if it's freedom, whatever it is, we have to learn to become that vibrational energy. We have number 30 here with Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. Let your faith guide you. Okay? That's what your guides want to say about your journey here. Let your faith guide you here. When somebody comes in and you feel a connection, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith here. If it feels right to you, take it, right? Look at this. We have Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. Number 14. Act as if it's already yours. Instead of getting upset that it's not here, act as if they're already yours, because it already is. But look, we have 14, which is 5, and 5 is a very uncomfortable place to be in. It's a very profound place of change, but it is very uncomfortable. Look, we have number 32 with Moderation, Rhinoceros. Right? Anything in excess is bad for you. Good, the bad, it doesn't matter. Anything in excess is good for you, or is bad for you. So it's asking you to moderate. But here you have this fiery energy. It's like moderating your anger and upsetness with Source, right? Upsetness. Oh, I was going to get so much work done today, right? Oh, I'm having a time, pile 3. It feels like this is something that wears you out. This is something that wears you out. This constantly like, why am I not getting blessed? Why am I not getting what I want? Why am I not getting what I asked for? Like, I've been trying to manifest. It's like this why energy is keeping you from manifesting it. And so your guides are telling you to put water. Look, we've got, like, what did I say? You're going from this fiery energy to all this water. Okay, we even had water come out underneath Chiron. How profound. It's like pour the bucket of water on the fire, let it cool off, and then see where you're standing at. Look, number 14. Look, 14 together here. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Right. What do you really need? It's not about what you want anymore. It's what you need. Okay? And that's going to be different for each person. Look. House 8. Transformation, karma, facing fears, and you're leaving legacies. This is karmic energy that's coming through here. Very plain and clear. This is something that you're clearing out. You're letting it go. And therefore you are transforming, but it's taking time. And that's what facing the fears does. It takes time. But in turn, you are leaving legacies due to this. The skeletons in the closet are coming out. It's scary. It's scary, but you are doing what's necessary here. Okay, and then we've got Maya, which she says, schooling, studying, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. What was I saying earlier? This is something you're learning, and here we have the education card coming through. Yeah, they're just being very open and plain about this is something you're learning. So being kind and compassionate with yourself is so important right now. So important. And I keep getting drawn to this card. It says, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Yeah, I could not stop looking at this card. It just kept staring at me. And I was like, what does this card say? Like, it just can't. So your guides want to let you know that prosperity is coming. Okay, it is coming into your life. There's goodness coming into your life. Opening up your heart right now, though, and letting go of those old beliefs and that old fiery energy, that very aggressive energy, right? Volatility. Being volatile towards someone. This card talks about someone being extremely upset at the situation, but not realizing that this is Source's hand at play. This is something that was far beyond our control, right? We cannot control when a volcano erupts. That's not something that we have the capacity to do. At least not yet. I mean, but the thing is that it's an act of nature. It's a force beyond our understanding. And that's what's coming through here. It's like this is Source playing a hand in your energy, and this is Source trying to bring you to understanding that there's still an anger inside of you. There's still a darkness inside of you that you are on the path to accepting, right? Sorry, there's squirrels throwing nuts at the top of the roof, and so they're really loud if you keep hearing that. So that's what's happening right now, okay? Man, I feel like I just want to curl up and take a nap. I'm like tired. What the heck happened? Okay, so what do we got here? I just want to look at this picture real quick. This looks like some kind of gemstone. It's not really the moon. This looks like a gemstone. It's kind of shaped like an egg. But look, what does he have in his hand here? I don't know, like some kind of offering? It looks like, but it's like the darkness, right? Like, look at this dark card. This is a really dark card. Just considering, it's a very dark card, but look at the stars are shooting. It's like you're bringing light into the darkness, okay? No matter what, it might be one little piece of light, but that light brightens up you as a person, brightens up your energy. You've healed emotionally, but there's still something that's hanging on that's keeping you from embodying your blessings, right? And this feels like some sort of institution back here. Okay, and so again, that idea of learning, you're learning something valuable, right? But this is something, it's like the stars have to align before the blessings will come. And the stars aligning has to do with you embodying and embracing that part of your journey. And so your guides are helping to guide you along that. You are getting clarity from Source. You're getting clarity from your guides, right? They're bringing it to you. So you are getting that. But it does feel like there's some sort of disconnect here. But let's see what this card says. The Worrier. Yeah. No wonder I'm so tired. Like, this energy, it's almost like, like that I was saying, like no wonder I'm having an issue talking. It's not your energy. It's this energy that's tied to the constant fear of not getting what you have been promised. Like, it's like you may have watched reading after reading after reading. Okay, before I read this to you, this is just what I'm getting. It's like you may have watched 100 readings. There's a blue jay. There's a blue jay. This blue jay rarely ever comes to visit, but it always comes when I'm on the reading. And it's just chilling over there. Okay, so blue jay may mean something to you. Or you may pick a pile where I'm always talking about a blue jay. So that's something for you. I'm just saying. The thing is that when you're in this energy of worrying, it brings your vibration down to a lower vibration, which is why it's easy to let the anger in. And it's like you may have watched hundreds of readings where they're all telling you your blessings are coming, and you're waiting 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 and you're ready to give up. And Source is saying this worrying energy, your guides are pointing out this worrying energy is what's blocking your blessings. Like, it's to let your faith take over. You've healed. Like, you can't even take that away from you. You've healed so much. You even got Chiron in your reading. I mean, Chiron is like healing karmic wounds. We got the house 8 talking about karma, facing your fears. but you may have been, what do they call, my mom always called me a worrywart when I was a kid. Like, she always called me that. And I didn't really understand what that meant until I got older, right? And that might be, you might be a worrywart. You might just worry about everything. Like, well, why are they telling me my blessings are coming when I'm not seeing anything? It's just that everything is coming into alignment. You have to act as if they're already here. So this says it's number 18, right? Which is bringing a cycle to the close. You're almost at 10, which is the abundance, the excess of. It says, I can handle whatever life brings to me. Exactly. You are capable of handling it, but you're learning right now. You're learning how to let go of those fears. You're learning how to let go of the darkness. Okay, this is something that's aligning in your chart. This is something that's aligning with your journey. It's not been easy. Look, hello, Chiron, that is not easy energy to deal with. In fact, no, it's too deep. It's too deep in my thing. I'm going to tell you what Chiron is. Next time I'll leave my book out. But Chiron is just a very hard energy to deal with. It's karmic wounds that we brought over from our past lives. It's wounds that we've inherited from this current life. And they're just all compacted and compiled into one scary, towering stack of books, right? I mean, just look at it this way. You're like going through each book and you're trying to find the one line in that book that really traumatized you. And then once you find that line in the book, you're healing it. You're like, okay, this is what traumatized me, and now I'm no longer in this situation. I love and I accept myself. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm enough. And you begin the healing process on it. But think about it. If that stack of books towers over like four stories tall, it's intimidating. But you're doing it. And your guides want you to know that you're doing it. Don't worry about if you're enough. You're enough exactly as you are right now. You're doing everything. The blessings are coming. You're going to see proof of that. Okay? I mean, you got the Ace of Coin here. You're going to see proof of that. Okay? Pile 3, I'm giving you a big energetic hug. Okay? I can't see my arms today. I really am. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. You want to know right now because it's been such a long journey. But everything that you're doing is helping you in ways that maybe you're not aware of. Okay? I know that everything is coming. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little mermaid or merman down below in the comment section and say, I am open and receptive to the help of my guides and of source energy. And give me a thumbs up, but I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, Pile 3, stay human. Bye.